should you do if you are attacked as you're going for a jog? And even more than that, how can women stay safe while we're out jogging? I'm going to bring in Cole Parker. He's the founder of Divas In Defense. Also with us, Skye Walton, who also can defend herself as well. So you guys are going to walk us through, hey, what does a woman do, or anybody really jogging? It'll be good self-defense for us all, as we all like to go out and jog. So, but first thing, I want to get your take, Cole, on, from what you can gather, what happened with the woman in Bridgeport, Massachusetts. She sounds like she did everything right. She kicked, she screamed, and she fought.
Now, let me tell you, if every situation turned out that way, a lot more would end up just like that, where the person is actually safe. Only thing that I would say is different is situational awareness. When the car stopped, that should have been a high alert. Instead of just giving that person the benefit of the doubt and continue your jog, almost retreat, or at least getting a defensive stance to prepare yourself for a situation that may happen like that.
Okay, so better safe than sorry. So if you think something's off,
yes, trust your gut.
Get out of there. Trust
your
gut.
The gut is everything.
Okay, well, let's talk about that. And let's, again, Skye, you're going to be the jogger. Cole, you're going to be the alleged attacker here. Okay. You guys can walk through it. So in this situation, the guy's out of the car and he's coming at her like this.
Right. So
not from behind. It's almost from side to side.
So let's say if she's to the side like this. I got you, Mike. Yep. She's to the side. First thing she notice someone in her peripheral that's coming this way, what she wouldn't do is jump in a defensive stance. What this allows her to do is, first of all, establish her foundation. It puts her in a situation to either fight, flee, or defend. First, she could either what's called call Tara, turn around, run away.
Get out of there.
Pivot, take off running.
Got it.
Second she could do is she can fight. From here, she could do something as simple as a front kick towards the ankle, the shins, or even the groin area, to follow it up with a couple of palm heel strikes, which is actually hitting with this hard part of your hand right here, towards the face, the forehead, the nose, and things like that. That is a good jarring thing to give you that couple seconds, or at least a second or two, to take off running and get away.
Got it. Okay. Right? So let's dig into that situation in Massachusetts a little bit more. He's running like this, supposedly grabs both of her arms. Right. So you're yelling right out of the gate.
Out the gate, attracting attention. Okay. Absolutely.
Let's say you get a hold of both of her arms.
Okay. So
now what?
We have a move called throw those bows, okay? So it's really that simple. What you would do is you take your elbow, go over the top, strike with a palm heel, take off running again. Okay. And that is very difficult, believe it or not, to restrain someone who's just simply taking their arms over your arms. It's very difficult. Okay. And I challenge you to try.
All right. So, and I saw a couple of offensive moves there from Skye. After you broke free, are you looking to throw a shot like that?
Absolutely. Anything to give you that couple seconds extra. Straight to the nose, as she said. Because a palm heel to the nose can break the nose, make it very difficult to see, make it difficult to breathe, let alone blood flow that may happen as well.
There's one other, I want you guys to listen to this.
No problem.
In the middle of the interview, and again, she's telling her story to Good Morning America. Kristen, let's get the part where she's talking about you just don't know how you're going to react in a situation like this, and I'm sure you tell people that. So let's listen to that, and we'll get both your takes coming out. Here we go.
Maybe it's a movie you've seen, maybe it's something you wonder, like, gee, what would I do if my life was in danger? And you don't really know. You kind of don't know how you're gonna react in a situation like that until it happens.
So let's talk about that. Is that one of the first things you instruct people? I'll start with you. I want to hear from you as well, that you better train and get ready, because when it's on, you don't know how you're going to react. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So I was going to say, we have the saying, you always want to be prepared and not scared. So definitely taking a class, or just knowing that you have to get back home is your #1 fight that you have inside of you.
And on top of that, breathing. It's so when you're afraid, you inhale. You always forget to exhale. Part of the training that we do is yelling out, "Stop, get away from me," which those words allow the exhale. Yeah. As a way of striking to actually build that exhaling process up as well, because you need to oxygenate your brain so you don't freeze and you continue to think.
And in the people you work with, I'll throw this one to you. Are people more overconfident that they think, you know, I think I'll be okay, or are they more like, I don't know what I'm going to do, help me out here? What do you run into?
I would say I feel like we get more of the I don't know what I'm doing, or those something might have happened, just like this young lady, and now they're on the offensive trying to just react. But even if you do have confidence, always being taller and bigger than what you are can help you in any situation. So if you are overconfident, just remember to breathe and use that confidence to your advantage of fighting for your life.
Yeah. Give me your take on just people's either overconfidence or...
So a difference. When they first come to us, a lot of times they lack that confidence. Sometimes when they leave us after an hour, they're overconfident. But when it comes down to it, it comes down to when the rubber meets the road, what do you do then? And that's the process that you have to train your mind to prevent things from happening in the beginning, and then if it does, how are you going to react? Like a fire drill at school.
Okay, so we've gone over a really good demonstration there of getting that stance, run, get ready to either get out of there or the defensive moves,
Quick,
and maybe a couple of offensive ones just to get yourself out of there. I want to go over a few tips now, and we'll get both your takes on them here. As far as jogging, number one, don't ever run alone. You both agree?
Never run alone. Oh, never run alone. Right.
A group. There's a lot of, especially here in Atlanta, it's summertime, there's a lot of different groups to where you don't have to really know the person. You can walk, run, jog. Be comfortable.
Number two, there, avoid remote locations, because part of us, we like that. We want to get away. Maybe the run on the nature trail. You say?
I'm not a big fan of it, even though things like the Silver Comet Trail here in Atlanta, the Beltline, things like that are heavily populated, but they're still remote. So it's a catch-22. But daylight hours are very important.
Yeah,
and even though that happened in daylight.
7:30 in the morning on a Sunday.
Even though that happens.
Okay, so you like the daylight.
I love daylight. It's more traffic.
One more to you, Skye, as far as tips go. Change your routine. How important is that? Because you do hear the stories where that alleged attacker is watching you and has watched your routine. Do you agree with that? Change the routine?
I agree with that completely, especially as a young lady. Changing your routine, we get comfortable in it because we know exactly where we need to go, but we also don't know who's following us. So even if it's just a different route on a Wednesday or a Tuesday, you can have 2 or 3 different routes, but it's still a routine. So you can switch it up. That way you're comfortable. Someone who needs to know where you are, they can follow or find you when need to be.
Last one, the music. We love putting the headphones on and blasting and again, getting our own little world.
Yeah, you have to stop that. No more than one headphone at a time at a moderate level. You don't want your favorite song to be your last song. So make sure that you're really careful with that.
No cell phone in your hand, armband, fanny pack. Just have your hands free.
Unless you want some mace in there, right? Some pepper spray.
Weapons are good. Weapons are always good. Make sure that you have mace. Make sure that you have pepper spray and things like that.
And you know how to use it.
Be prepared. Don't be scared.
Hey, that's it. Even if it's a stick, everything can be a weapon.
You guys.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you having us.
Cole Parker, he's the co-founder, Divas In Defense. Skye works for them as well.
Thank you.
Be safe.
Sure as well. Guys, thanks again so much.
Thank you.
Good stuff there.